Hey, Genki Call here with Invasion for the weekend of December 10th, 2021. First, let's head into the shop and I will show you what we've got in here. We've got Ankhekt as our siege breaker, which means that he is the one that is going to get that bonus 3 to 5 times damage on the towers. Um, so at 3x, you will get, if he's at his base rarity, you'll get 3 times the damage. At legendary, 4 times the damage. And if you have him ascended to mythic, he'll do 5 times damage on skull or towers only. And then you don't have to trait him unless you're planning to put him at the front of your team, or unless you think that your team's going to die and he's going to end up at the front of the team, because if you're not doing skull damage, it doesn't matter. Just keep that in mind if you're low on trait stones. Now, at the third tier, we have a new weapon, and it excites me because it's my favorite kind of weapon. I love these weapons that explode things, gives a random status effect to a certain type of troop, and then summons one of those troops. My favorite. Love it. Had to have it. Would have bought up to that tier anyway, but I had to have it. And it explodes purple gems. I don't think we have any other weapons that explode purple gems, so that is especially welcome to me. Anyway, also going to mention that you can conceivably get mythics out of the shop from these invasion troops. It is possible, but very rare. There are several mythics that you could end up with. So let's show all, and we'll do sort by base rarity. We've got Death, Draakulis, Fallen Valdis, Pharaoh Nefertani, Pharaoh's Ra, Shade of Zorn, the Grey King, and you can't get Zithinos. Zithinos is only craftable. And then Zilopochtli. I cannot say his name. All of those are in the drop table for the shop right now. Now, like I said, it is rare, but it can happen. So let me show you the troops for those of you that don't have the legendaries. Or the teams rather. The troops we have to choose from aren't that amazing. I'll explain. So I like to always have something for those early levels that we can do damage to all enemies. And once we get down past the legendaries, none of these actually do damage to all of the enemies. Even though they pop up, it's because it says all enemies, take 1 magic from all enemies. It's not damaging all enemies. This one could stun all enemies, maybe. So what I've got here for the first team, it's for the people that are lower level. And just heading straight for the team that you can take as far as you can, and going all in on the skulls, because Ankhekt creates skulls, and you can get him just for buying the second level in the shop. So you do have this accessible to you. Even if you don't have him already, you can get him just for buying 2 tiers in the shop. And so since we've got skulls here, I thought, well, why not put Draxxius in there? Draxxius is another one that you can get right now with your glory. He's in the shop right now, so you can get him for 400 glory if you don't already have him. He is also empowered, and that's super helpful if you have the trait stones to trait him. And then Captain Skullbeard, nice. He's an epic. He's really good at generating mana. And then also the Mountain Crusher for generating mana. So it's going to be a slow team, which I don't love, but and also you might want to change this to Titan, something with Rock Solid, or switch to Elementalist, which will entangle the enemy. Every one of these teams but one has Necromancer on it, simply because it makes you an undead, and all of the rest of your team is an undead, and I also need to level up Necromancer anyway. So anyway, let's go back in here and I'll show you how this team works. Then we'll pop into the next team that I have for people with no legendaries. If you were here during Halloween time and you got the Ghost Queen, she will give you a 50% mana start for your whole team, as long as you're using Necromancer, that is. Because she gives 50% mana start to all undead, and if the hero's undead, that one gets it too. Of course, you get that with Titan anyway, and now I'm babbling, so pardon me. All right, Ankhekt, we will always want to cast on the tower first with Ankhekt, and once the towers are gone, then you can do other things. So we don't have alignment. We're just going to use this for mana, and that was a lucky shot, and we'll go ahead and do this, and that should take care of this. This isn't my recommended setup. You can do this team with having only Captain Skullbeard as your mana generator and put a weapon here that does damage to all enemies. But for the people that are really low level, Mountain Crusher is the only one I know for sure that you're going to have, because it does not take very much mana mastery, brown mana mastery, to get it. So next up is another one that's pretty easy to get, and that is Black Manacles. This will do damage to all enemies, and it has a chance to devour a random enemy. However, you cannot devour a tower. They are invulnerable. You can't devour them. You can't insta-kill them. You can't stun them. You can't curse them. Absolutely no status effects will work on the towers. So, still a possibility on the early levels that you might be able to devour something, just not a tower. Again, we've got Ankhekt here, and then Captain Skullbeard for mana generation, and because we've got Ankhekt who's going to create skulls, Aziris is here simply because you can transform one gem into a skull, and the reason he's here is to try and get you a match 4 so that you can get another turn. And so again, it's with Necromancer, use whatever you like, and we'll see how this works. I haven't tested this. I've only tested one of these teams, actually. So Aziris, we don't want to cast with that just yet. Let's get some mana for Captain Skullbeard here. And we'll just do this to start. I'll do one more with this. I'm going to go ahead and do this because it's, you know, really easy there to get this level finished. Let me do one more with this team. Hopefully I can show you how Aziris works. That would be good. Now, technically, you don't need to bring Ankhekt with you at all until you start having trouble with the enemy. Use a team that's fast for the early levels. That is my biggest recommendation for you. Get the early levels fast, and when you start having trouble with the towers, then you bring in Ankhekt, because Ankhekt really targets one thing, and if you can target a bunch of things at once, that is much better. I'm going to do it one more time. Maybe we'll get a chance to cast with Ankhekt and get some, hey! I like it. Raven Tower. Give me. Alright, I need to get some mana for Ankhekt fast. Perfect. All right, we're going to cast with this, hopefully create skulls where I can give you a match 4. There we go. Perfect. So this is exactly why I wanted to bring Aziris, so I can get a match 4 just like that. And then we can do this. Get ourselves an extra turn, which is always a nice thing. And again, we can create our own skull match. So that works out pretty well. Liking that. However, Black Manacles isn't necessarily the best to use here. Use any, let's see, you could put in just about any color weapon that does damage to all enemies. But if you put in yellow, be sure to change the banner. Or maybe you don't want to change the banner. It's up to you. Okay, so next up, something with Legendaries. Staff of Insanity came out not too long ago. I love this weapon. Is this the right one? This is the wrong weapon. Oh, I put the wrong weapon in. How dare I? I was thinking Staff of Storms. That's what I meant to put in here. Staff of Storms. There. Hehehe. Okay, let me fix the team code. Staff of Storms. There we go. That's what I meant to do. This is another one of those weapons that I just told you that I love. Explode gems, grant a random status effect, summon, all that cool stuff. I love these weapons. Even though I'm not running with a with Sunspear, which would Sunspear? No, Stormcaller, which would make me a Strix. It's still going to explode things, and it'll still summon if I need it to. But what we've got here is we've got the Staff of Storms to blow things up. We've got Captain Skullbeard to blow things up. It's not going to be as fast as having something with 2 that do damage to all enemies, but I've got some of those teams coming up. But the Ghost Queen, like I said, 50% mana start. She also does true damage, and so does the Crimson Bat. So between the 2 of them, we should be able to get through these pretty quickly. This is not a team that I love, but I like it. I like that I can use the Crimson Bat and the Ghost Queen. That is a good thing. So we're going to do this. Right away, we've got that. I don't have Ankhekt with me, which is okay. Because I'm at this level, I'm not going to be having trouble with with these dudes. The dude things. Ha! Now that is unfortunate, but we will do this. He'll have... Oh! There must be a boost on that. I thought it said 58. I'm gonna have to look now. Boosted by purple gems. Awesome. So there is another team that you can use. And again, you don't have to use an exploding thing here. You've got Captain Skullbeard, so you can throw something in here that does damage to all enemies for these early levels. Or, you know, there are so many possibilities. So this next one is for soul farming during these early levels, because we've got the Judge of the Dead and Charonas with us, and the Ghost Queen again. So the Judge of the Dead does damage to all enemies boosted by his souls. Charonas is going to help us get souls, and he's going to explode the board. He is a wonderful mana generator, and he is a necromancer, which means extra souls. Extra souls means extra damage from Judge of the Dead. Ghost Queen, 50% mana start. And I chose Dancing Daggers to do damage to all enemies. So we have 2 here that do damage to all enemies, a mana generator and the Ghost Queen. So, wait, hold on. Did I screw up again? I would not be surprised. Let me look at this banner. This really should be minus red and plus brown. Minus red plus brown. Is that it? That's all I have to choose from? Maybe that's why I did it. Huh. Alright, let's do... I don't love this banner. But you know, it's okay. We really want to focus on... No, it's not okay. I just forgot to change the banner. I don't like it. We'll do plus brown and blue. If we're going to do minus yellow, we want to do something like the Banner of Elements. However, I don't want to. We're just going to do the broken banner. That works. That works. We'll do that. Sorry about that. Sorry. Slowing things down. All right, let's get into this. Try this out. You know, at some point you're going to need the Siege Breaker, but until you do whatever's fastest. That's my style of doing things, and you know, you don't have to do things my way. This is simply my recommendation. So we're going to do this, and wow, nice. Blow things up, get a bunch of souls. We're up to 40 souls already. Oh, I like Judge of the Dead. I really like Judge of the Dead, especially with Charonas. Now, the Judge of the Dead and Charonas are from the Underworld. You can get them by going to Hellgate and using your Chaos Shards there. Judge of the Dead is the legendary there, and Charonas is not. Charonas is the epic. So, do this. Let's see. Sure, let's use Dancing Daggers just for the heck of it. Just because we can. See, it's trying to do a status effect on them, but they're invulnerable, so no can do. Let's see, do I have that? Yes, I have another team ready here. This one is not as efficient because we don't have Charonas with us to get us some souls, but it's a possibility. You can use something that summons and explodes here. You have to have something, well, again, my playstyle. I always want to have something with me that will help me get mana. And the weapon, oh, I love the weapon. But if we do this, then we'd have to move Judge of the Dead here. Let's try this. Because otherwise Judge of the Dead would be mana blocked. This way, nobody's mana blocked. Let's try this. You know what? This is in the... Okay, I'm changing things again. Okay, Scarab Blade. Sorry. Change this. Alright. No. Okay, that I just had to put in a reminder to myself. But yeah, I want to use this weapon because I love this type of thing. Having a summoner in your first spot isn't necessarily the best idea, but I don't have anything on my team that's going to do, that's going to be able... I'm going to hit this. There we go. I have to try it. Having a summoner at the front isn't the best idea because they're most likely to die, but I did that so that I could break this barrier. They're vulnerable. The ones at the front of the team are vulnerable, and so having the mana generator up there isn't the best idea, but it, I can't speak. Using something class with Rock Solid or Entangle at the beginning will help, but you can move it, but none of these have skull damage reduction. So So you can move it down. Maybe you don't care as much about Vanya. You can just move the Scarab Blade down, let her die, and summon something else in. That is something you can do. So we've got 2 more here without Ankhekt that use, Mythics. All right, first up, we've got Draakulis, and he's at the front because he steals life, which means that he's going to make a good tank up here. He also does have a little bit of skull damage reduction, which I like, and every time he does skull damage, he gets some life, which is nice. Crimson Bat does damage to all enemies and gains some life. True damage, I should say. And then the Scarab Blade, I did put that in here, and the Ghost Queen also does true damage, so... Hold on. Pardon me a moment. I don't know what that was. Alright, so it's a true damage team, except for the hero who does... my mind would work, it would help. The hero does mana generation. Alright, we're going to go ahead and just steal some life, like this. And then finish them off with Crimson Bat. I love true damage teams. Oh, I love an efficient true damage team also. And having enchant helps a lot, of course. And along with the explosion helps a lot as well. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cast with this. This is going to work really well for a while. I do have one more mythic team to show you, but let's use this another time or two. Valraven! Whoop whoop. Blow things up. Kapow! Now they all have reflect. And I'm full again. I love it. I love those weapons so much. My favorite. I really like this team. This one is good. I'll use it one more time, and then we'll switch over to the other mythic team. Alright, we're up to 3 towers per battle now. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll get both the colors we need. Yep, you go ahead and do that, buddy. There we go. And finish! Whee! Alright, the next mythic team that I have to show you is Manage, Paste, ta-da! Twin Claws, Crimson Bat, the Ghost Queen again, and this time the Grey King, who does damage to all enemies of a chosen color. He's going to destroy that color and gain it for your team. He's going to do true damage to all of those that use that color and mana drain them. He will not silence or freeze them because you can't do any status effect to the towers. If the Orc Veteran is still here, he'll be able to do it there, but I just don't think this team is going to work out very well, except I don't know if he can mana drain. I don't know if I don't think that they're immune to mana drain, but oh, yep, they are immune to mana drain. So he is not going to be the Grey King. Is awesome, but he's not going to be good for this event, in my opinion. He'll still do true damage. So if they all have one color in common, like these three all use red, that will help. But yeah, it's just not going to work very well. So we'll go ahead and do this. We'll do that. And it will work, but I think Draakulis is going to be a better fit. Let's see, we'll use her. And she's stealing life, not just dealing damage. And we'll just do on green, take him out. Yeah. Yeah, I don't love that one. So, for the next two battles, I'm going to use the last team because I like it. I like it. It's efficient, and I love that. And I love the weapon. Yes! I love those weapons! I'm glad to get one for quote-unquote free. I mean, I was going to buy these tiers anyway, so it basically was free. So, we're going to do that. Steal some life. Get my tankiness going here. Take them out. Whee! Went up a level. Yay! Again, it's Necromancer simply because it makes my hero an undead, and I will benefit from the Scarab Blade and my whole team, and I'll get some bonuses for having a team of all undead as well. Alright, the next battle we will have all towers. Hold on. What am I going to do first? Oh yeah, match 4. Absolutely. We'll do this first. Go tanky. I'll do that. I'm totally going back to this after the next battle until I start to need Ankhekt with me. And what I'm going to do is Scarab Blade, I think Ankhekt uses the same colors as the Scarab Blade. He does. So I'll probably stick another exploding weapon in here that summons and do this until I come up to where I need 2 Ankhekts. But I'll show you that in a minute. First, I want to show you we have finished off the first 7 levels. And when you finish the 7 levels, you have personal rewards that get sent to your mailbox. So I will show you what those rewards are for completing the first 7 levels. You get 65 gems and an Orb of Chaos. If I'm lucky, it'll be clans. Growth. That's okay. Maybe you'll get my luck. Maybe you'll have the luck I was hoping for. Okay, so that sucks. All right. The last team I'm going to show you is for when you're really high level. And in the description, I explain that is the wrong team, people. Hold on. Paste. There we go. 2 Ankhekts, Captain Skullbeard, and Trickster's Shot. So this is going to be slow, but when you're on high level, it's really necessary when you're really high level to have 2 Ankhekts. I'm putting him at the front. He has no skull damage reduction, but he's creating skulls, and hopefully he's going to hit these guys and take them right out. That's the hope. Now, for the weapon, it doesn't have to be Trickster's Shot. I adore this weapon. It can be Mang. It can be Earth's Fury. It can be Rope Dart. Anything that you can use to strip off their armor so that you can one-hit wonder them with Ankhekt. So hit them first with Trickster's Shot whenever possible, and then hit them with Ankhekt so that you can one-shot them. But not until you have to have this weapon that strips armor. As long as Ankhekt is one-shotting these guys, don't worry about it. Don't worry about having the weapon in there. Just keep hitting them. Oh, I do not like having skull spammers in here. But, you know, by the way, always go for the mage towers first. These guys with the red and purple because they enchant themselves when they match purple. But every time I cast this, this number is going to be stronger because it's boosted by the armor eliminated. I was doing a delve on Tuesday with this weapon, and I had it up to like 400 damage in one cast. It was great. All right, now we'll do this. But really, if you're not going to use Trickster's Shot, I recommend probably Mang or Earth's Fury up here. Mang will give only your hero a boost in armor, and Earth's Fury will give a boost to your entire team. So if your hero dies, then you'll have this guy here doing tons of damage, and that's probably a better... Gosh, I don't know why I didn't have this up front to begin with. Oh yes, because Ankhekt is traded to do that extra skull damage to the towers. All right, so that's what I have for you. I'm going to be switching back to my true damage team for a while. I hope that this has been helpful. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye!